background is impossible to see, and it is potentially hazardous because people slow down, look at it, stop. As a driver in evenings, I have to go to my appointed service appointments. I can't make out the names of the streets. That's the biggest issue right now that I see with Public Works in Eugene is you can't read their street signs.
Right, and we also, like I said, we have pictures of this to prove what's going on here. We're talking about right now. We actually pulls this up at the same time you're talking right now.
Even when there are no trees or limbs hanging over the signs, they're perfectly visible. The background of the sign, you can't make out what street it is.
Right, and here's a great example of a pothole. We're posting up right now. This is on YouTube, believe it or not. We're going to post this up, and this video will be out on YouTube, believe it or not. So we'll send it viral. Go ahead and continue.
You should actually send somebody out there, Mark, to take pictures of some of these signs along the major thoroughfares.
I got it. I got it right here. I got it.
They're illegible. They're potentially hazardous, but we do have the bike paths. We have a wonderful new bridge over the belt. What is it? I forget the Delta Highway.
Delta Highway.
A wonderful new bridge with a nice red lights all over the bridge, and we have wonderful artwork along the bridge, sculptures. But we can't read what streets are coming before our eyes as we're approaching them. We can't read the names of the signs.
Right. Right, but we do have also, don't forget the EMX too as well. They want to enforce that too as well.
Could I forget the EMX?
Yeah, so EMX.
Could I forget the EMX? Another usurpation of private property rights for no damn good reason.
Right, also.
I've said before many times, private property rights and the respect for private property rights are a hell of a lot more important than a little green bus.
Right.
And we already have a green bus.
Right.
Now they want a different little green bus, and it doesn't rise to the level of condemnation.
Right. Anyway, yeah, we it's amazing. We actually, it's called interactive TV we have here, because we're talking about is exactly the pictures that we have right now in front of me. As is incredible. You know, we got, this is no EMX, and here it is. You know, we actually have that, and it's this is
actually, that all those signs that say no EMX.
Yeah.
Let's see. They had many signs out, and then I came up with a phrase that was no property rights, no freedom, no build, and no third term for Katie Piercy. Unfortunately, she did win her third term, but no property rights, no freedom, no build was the basis for a lot of their signs that say no Oregon government bureaucrats, no property rights.
I call it Pothole Kitty. That's why I call Kitty Piercing. I call it Pothole Kitty. Pothole Kitty. And you're very right to, because we actually have, here's potholes right here that they're actually repaving. They're just, all they're doing is patching the roadway. They're not actually tearing it up. They're actually just patching it. Oh, that's why I call it patching the roadway. Patching.
Well, a good deal of the road that I have to drive on, instead of paving the entire road, they just lay down tracks of new asphalt where the tires go.
Yeah.
So you'll actually have two services in the road. You'll have the normal tire pattern in a road is kind of like 2 feet maybe over from the double yellow line, 7 feet over from the fog line, and each path is probably about 2 feet, 2.5 feet, maybe 3 feet.
Right.
So they lay down two paths, 3 feet wide.
Yep.
Two of these 3 foot wide paths of asphalt right down the highway.
Yeah, we got right here. See, here it is. You see, here it is. We actually have right here we're talking about. Interactive TV. Here it is. This is what we're talking about. Main path fault. There it is, right here. And this is what, and look at the corrosion that's leaving behind too as well. And this is not just corrosion, but it's, what's the word? When you have liquefaction. That's a good word. Liquefaction. You see, this is what happens. You know, it's like a big flooding stream is what it is. And this is also flooding up the gutters too as well. And this is creating more...
well, they wouldn't have to, Mark, they wouldn't have to, on the highways, the streets too in town. But
that's correct.
If they banned studded tires, they wouldn't have to do so much reworking of the roads.
Right.
And people, if they just drive a little slower and maybe avoid driving on the worst days until they sanded the streets, they wouldn't need studded tires. Studded tires are ruining our roads. The bills that keep being brought up to prohibit studded tires never seem to pass the Oregon legislature.
Right. Also, don't forget too that there is a need for people trying to go to Siskiyou. I can understand that. Going over the say the sisters.
Well, yes, over the pass.
Yeah.
Perhaps you could have change, but they drive on studded tires all long.
All year long.
On the road.
All year
and they're
long.
Ruining up the roads, so they have to get done. All that costs money. All that is a waste of resources, of time and man hours.
Right.
And
do you say all year long?
That they take out of there, they have to throw it in a landfill. It's a waste.
Did you say all year long?
Tires should be used selectively, only in extreme circumstances where they're needed.
Wait a minute.
You'll see all winter long on perfectly dry streets people running around with their damn studded tires.
Right.
I've never owned a studded tire in my life. I have snow tires. And if I need to get over the pass, then I'll carry a set of chains and put them on as required and take them off.
Right.
I'm done.
Right.
But all winter long, regardless of the conditions, people are driving around with their damn studded tires, ruining the road and making more unnecessary work for people.
Oh, that's true. Also, don't forget too, we got these 3 trailers.
If they didn't drive on their studded tires, the county would have money to fix the signs that people can't see on the road.
Well, don't forget
they
too.
Didn't have to keep laying down tracks of asphalt to compensate for the damage done by studded tires.
Right. Also, don't forget too, we actually do have road trains as well. These